Hello friends, today we are going to see string formatting operator in Python. But before that, we'll see how we can print strings and values of variables in between the strings in Python. So let us understand this with example, and then we'll see how string formatting can be used to print the values or values of variables in between the strings. So let us see. So the first example that we are going to see how we are writing the values or values of a variable in between the strings. So here I am having a variable name. In this variable name I am taking an input from a user, the name of the user. My second variable is age, and within this variable I am taking input from the user, age of a user. Okay. So I want to print the name of, that is my name, and my age within a single print statement. So I am using print statement, and now I want to print the my name is. Now I know that my name is a string which is enclosed within the quotes. Now after that I want to print the value of a variable name. Now as it is a variable or a value, I cannot include this particular value or variable within quotes. So I have to close the quotes and I have to take comma, and then I have to write the variable name, that is the name. Now again after this I want to add that and my age is. So again this is a string, so again I have to take a comma, then single quotes, opening single quotes, then and my age is. Now string ends here, so again I have to close the string, that is the single quote, closing single quotes, then I want to print my age, and now age is a variable which has certain value that is inputted by user. So as it is a variable or a value, so I have to take a comma, and without quotes I have to write the name of the variable. Okay. So the above example is very cumbersome. If you can see, if we want to print multiple variable values within the string in between, so like this is quite, let's say if I want to print 5 to 6 values in between the strings, so every time I have to open the quotes, then close the quotes, then variable name, again open the quotes for a string, and again close the quotes for the string, again comma, and again value, and so on and so forth. So this method is quite cumbersome. Okay, to overcome this method in Python, it is being given a string formatting operator. Okay, so let us see what is a string formatting operator. But before that, this is the output, or this is the expected output. No doubt we are getting the expected output, but for that we have to write a lot of code. Okay, opening and closing. It's quite difficult to write multiple values in between the strings. So let us see string formatting operator. So what is a string formatting operator? The string formatting operator takes a format string on the left and corresponding values in a tuple at right. Okay, so those who are aware with the C programming, they might be knowing that whenever we are using if you want to print a variable value in printf statement in C, we use a format specifier %, and the format specifier variable or value, that is %s or %. It is quite similar to that. Okay. So the format operator % allows users to construct strings replacing the parts with the data stored in that variable. So whatever format specifier you are specifying, so it will replace with the value of corresponding type only. Okay. So let us see with the example, and the syntax for this is, at the left hand side we have a string which is enclosed within the quotes, and at right hand side we are having % specified, and within tuple we are having the values or variables. Okay, so let us see how it can be done. So format print. So let's say we are having print art %5d. So here I am having a string, but now I am not opening and closing the string. It is a continuous string. So though I am using I want to print a value of variable here, I am not closing the string. I am just writing a format specifier % and the type of the format, that is 5d, means it is having a 5 digits number. So 5d. Then price per unit %, 8.2. So 8 digits and up to 2 decimal places I want to print a price of a unit. Then quotes close. Now this string closes here, and after that format specifier, the % operator, and within the tuple I am specifying the values or variable names in a sequence that I want to print. So I am giving the same sequence which I want to print. So this is the integer value, that is the R, whatever may be the product or whatever it may be, and second is what? The price. Okay, so this is how the format printing is done. Let us understand this with one example, the same example that we have seen. So example with the % operator. So same example that we have seen in the conventional manner that we do with the Python. So here I am taking input from the user name. Okay, so input, enter your name, that will be initialized to a variable name. Then I am taking the age from the user as input. So input, enter your age, that will get initialized to a variable age. Okay, now print my name. Now I want to print same thing that I want to do, but with the format specifier % operator. So print my name is %s. Now here I am using format specifier % with the type. So %s means what? What I want to print? I want to print a string value. Okay, and my age is %d. So what I want to print? I want to print integer value. So I am using %d. Okay, and quotes close. Now this is a single string which is enclosed within quotes. So I don't have to close every time the string and use the variable name and all that we do with in conventional way. So here I am using at right hand side %. In tuple I am specifying the variable names in the same sequence that I want to print. So %s, name, and the %d, that is the integer age. So I'll get the desired output. So my name is ABC and my age is, let's say user has inputted a value name as ABC and age as 25. So I'll get the output, my name is ABC and my age is 25. So %s is replaced by string and %d is replaced by integer. So let us see. Now there are problems with this particular string formatting operator also. What are that? So number and type of values in the tuple should match the number and type of format sequence. So whatever sequence format specifier I have specified, in the same sequence I have to specify the values or variables of that type only, otherwise it will raise an error. So let us understand with this example. So print integer %d, string %s, float %f, quotes close, and at right hand side % operator, and in tuple I am specifying the respective values or variable names for the respective values that I want to print in between the strings. So here the first value is 100, that is integer that I want to print, integer value here. So integer value. Then here float value, but you can see here I have given a format specifier %, s means what? I want to print a string value, whereas I have mentioned a second value in tuple as float. So this will raise an error. Okay, sequence type error. Okay, it will raise an error of format sequence is not matched. Okay, so this is again quite difficult, but it is quite easier than the previous one that we were using. Okay, as well as there I have to remember the format specifier symbols, that is %d for integer, %s for string, %f for float. Likewise, formatting symbols, so %c for character, %d or %i for signed decimal integer, then %s for string, %u for unsigned decimal integer, %u for octal integer, hexadecimal integer, exponential notation, floating point number, short numbers in floating point numbers. Okay. Likewise, I have to remember all these symbols for respective type of value, okay, in string formatting operator %. So after 5.3.5 Python 3.6, they have given another method to overcome these problems, so we don't have to remember, and even if we change the sequence it will not raise an error, but only the values will get placed according to sequence. So that is known as the format function. So the format function used with the string is very versatile and powerful function and used for formatting the strings. So format strings have curly braces. So these curly braces are nothing but the placeholder, which indicates that we are going to print certain value. So here we are not specifying any format specifier like %, %d. So we can print any value. So we don't have to remember any symbols. Okay. So even we can use the positional arguments or keyword argument to specify the order of the fields that we want to. So let's see next. So let's understand this with an example. We are the str1. So here I am using three format placeholders, three curly opening and closing curly braces. These are nothing but the placeholders which indicates there is some value we want to print. So dot format, and this is the sequence of value. So if I print this value, I'll get this output in a sequence that I have shown. Okay, so that is sun, moon and stars, the placeholder. So here I am not using any format space, I don't have to remember. And even if I change the sequence, let's understand example, another example where I am using positional values. So here in placeholder 1, 0 and 2. So whatever sequence I'll mention in a format function, it will print in that order only. Now we know that this is 0th position, 1 position and 2 position. So here first we have mentioned 1 position, so moon gets printed first, then 0th position, then sun will get initialized and stars. So here the output will be moon, sun and stars. Okay. Next example, here we can also give the keywords to each and every value within a tuple in format function. So str3 is equals to, in placeholder, C, B and A dot format. Now A is a keyword that I am initializing to a value sun. B is a keyword which is initialized to moon, and C is a keyword which is initialized to star. So in same sequence in which I have mentioned these keywords, they will get printed. So first C keyword value will get printed. C keyword value is stars, so it will print stars first. Then B keyword value is moon, so it will print moon, and A keyword value is sun, so it will print sun. Okay. So similarly here, the same example that we have seen. So input, enter your name, age, in integer, input, enter your age. So print your name is, now here placeholder, I want to print name, so here I am just using a placeholder, I am not using any format specifier, and your age is again placeholder dot format name and age. Now here if I change the sequence also, there will not be any error, but only the values will get placed at different locations. Okay. So here the output will be enter your name ABC, enter your age 25, and the output will be your name is ABC and your age is 25. So this is how we can use the format function to print the values or values of variables in between the strings in a print statement. Hope you have understood. Thanks for listening.